In this video, we're going to talk about Runestone Academy. So the first question you probably have is, what the heck is Runestone Academy? Well, for this class, you are not purchasing a book. We are using open educational resources this semester, which means all the material is free to you. So this includes Python for Everyone. That's a textbook that's in PDF. And also Runestone Academy, which is an interactive textbook and exercises. It is required that you log into this site because most of your assignments are going to be here. Python for Everyone, if you are interested in the PDF book, this is the download right here. The interactive book within Runestone is almost exactly the same. Instructions on how to log in are in this document here, Runestone Academy login, and this is the link to get to Runestone. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and I am going to log in under, let's just go ahead and log in under my name. And I have multiple courses set up, and you should really just see one. So it's this one right here, CSC 1019-503 Fall 22. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is the first page that you're going to come to and see. Now, something very important that I want to point out to you is we have two things going on here. We have assignments and we have table of contents. I want you to only pay attention to the assignments. If I scroll down and look at the table of contents, this is the entire interactive book, and that's fantastic if you want to browse through it and just look at it. But here's what you need to know. If you do any of the work under table of contents, it does not count for grading. Only assignments. I know, I wish there were a way I could collapse this or hide this for you, but there's simply not. So we want to click on assignments, and this is all your assignments. Actually, it's not all of your assignments, it's all that I've got set up so far. You will have 11 chapters total, and I will have those all posted pretty soon, but for right now, this is plenty for you to get started on. So for each chapter, you're going to have two separate things, well, with the exception of chapter 3. You're going to have a reading assignment and you're going to have exercises. So let's take a look at the reading assignment. So here it almost looks like the same thing as table of contents, but believe me, it's not. Table of contents contains more than what I'm actually assigning to you. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Why should you learn to program? We're starting at the very beginning, 1.1. And again, this is your interactive textbook. So you're just going to read through here and you're going to find some questions. Some will be multiple choice, some will be fill in the blank. As we get into chapters that actually start with programming, more in chapter 2 on, then you'll have some pieces of program that you're going to work on. So you just go through here. Once you're done, it'll actually show that you're completed, and then we go to the next page. So you're just going to read, complete the assignments, and keep advancing to the next page until you're completely done. One more thing that I want to draw your attention to is at the bottom of the screen. So you go through the reading, the exercises, and at the very bottom, just take note where it says finished reading assignment, page, in this case, 14 of 14. Now, if I go ahead and advance, which it does allow me to do, you'll notice at the bottom, it now says, this page is not part of the reading assignment. So you can do this, but because it is not part of what I assigned, you are not receiving a grade for this. But for those of you who want to do a little bit extra, get a little bit more practice in, especially once we really start in the coding, you are more than welcome to do this. But most of you are not going to want to do more work than you have to do. So just pay attention to that. It's kind of hidden down there. Now let's take a look at an exercise. Now in chapter 1, there's really not anything. We want to, here's the instructions, print hello world. So how would I go about doing that? You're actually going to learn how to do that. So I'm going to print hello world. And I can save and run it. And did I get it right? And my output is hello world. Now here is something that I do want you to pay attention to. Notice it's 2 of 2. So I can go back, it's 1 of 1, 2 of 2. Maybe I got it wrong the first time. I'm going to leave out my, here's some quotes, and then I'll save and run, and I got an error. So I'm like, whoops, what did I do wrong? So I can go back and I can correct that. So every time that you try this, you may have 20 attempts or you may just have 1 attempt. But your history is going to be right here. So I'm going to save and run that. So now it's showing me 4 of 4. The reason why I want to point this out is because when you exit out of this, and let me see if I can actually show this. Go back to my chapter 1 exercises, and it looks like I have not attempted it. See, there's nothing here. What you have to do if you want to go back and look at this problem again, maybe you didn't actually get it complete the first time, but you want to go back now and complete it, you have to load history, and then it brings that up. Okay, so again, for every chapter, you're going to have a reading assignment and you will have some exercises to do. Let's look at the chapter. Oops, I don't have chapter 2 exercises, so that's something that I need to correct. Another thing to know is right here where it says status not started. Actually, the way Runestone works is I have to go in and grade, and then you will see that you have started it. So maybe you went through the reading assignment, you completed the entire reading assignment, it took you 20 minutes, it took you an hour, you exit out, you come back in, and it still says not started, and you panic because you just spent all that time doing it. Well, don't panic. What I have to do is from my end, I have to go in and I do an auto grade, and then it updates your side of it and it will show. So if you didn't get it completed at that point, then it will show you your status, where you're at within that assignment. One last thing that I want to mention about Runestone is once you do start completing your assignments, you'll start seeing your grade appear here. But your official grade will always be in D2L. So if I have to make an adjustment to your grade, I will not do it in both places. I will only do it in D2L. Okay, so that is the video review for Runestone. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me.